Good afternoon, everyone. I'm writer Coach Tony, and welcome back to my channel. Wait, I'm just going to put my microphone. So, I'm doing a book review because I finished this book yesterday, and the title is from Maeve Binchy again. It's Victoria Line, Central Line. So it's there, no? Victoria Line, Central Line by Maeve Binchy. Maeve, then Binchy. If you're not familiar with her work, she's actually from Ireland. She's an Irish writer. I think she died already. We'll have to check, but I think she has. But she has written a lot of really great books. Books I really like because she focuses more on the female experience of Irish women, no? And their relationship with England. But for this book, Victoria Line, Central Line. It's actually a collection of short stories. So, if you've been to London, there is a Victoria Line. There's also a Central Line, and so each title of the story is that um, line. For example, Oxford Circus, Euston, King's Cross, Shepherd's Bush, Victoria, Green Park. So these are the stations I'm familiar with, and Maeve puts them into light in a very creative way here in this compilation of short stories. So, um, what this book shows is that Maeve is also a consummate short story writer. She's a very good short story writer. She knows how to keep us glued, no, to the book because most of the short stories she has here, she has some twists on it, no? So it's a very good read. I really enjoyed reading it. Um, I'm just concerned because I don't really know her background, but I think I get where she's coming from because I come from the Philippines, and she did mention about women, foreign workers going to England to work as domestics. So in the book, she says that the situation in their country must really be bad because they have to come here to another country and work as domestics. So in a way, it's a true reflection of my country and where many of the women here are employed as domestics abroad. And unfortunately, this book was written in 19. I'm checking. This book was written. Oh, I can't find that. 1993. Yeah, 1993. So yeah, that was also the start of the. I mean, there was already a peak of domestics working abroad. No, we had floor contemplation during the 90s. We had floor contemplation in Singapore, and then of course, yeah, the domestics going to the United Kingdom to work there. Um, so anyway, mm, the book does mention one story. It's actually the story of a gym because the protagonist of the story is a nurse, and she wants a room. She share a room with someone, and the cheapest one she could get was with a Jamaican woman who was also studying to be a nurse. So she was a student, and she was also a nurse intern, I think, or I think she was taking her master's. I'm not so sure, but she was also studying to be a nurse. So in the book, it does mention that um, in that short story, the plight of um, none of the immigrants, not like Jamaican immigrants, like Filipino immigrants, and their fate in the UK and how they look at it. Because for Filipinos, as long as they have a good job there, They feel blessed that they're there, compared to the people who live in London who are really British citizens, since they will not do menial work. No? So I sometimes wonder why these women um, want to work as domestics. So that's why maybe in the story says situation in the country in their countries must really be bad for them to come here to work as domestics. So yun lang, yun yung part na medyo masakit. It kind of hurts, but it's true anyway because we do export a lot of labor, and one of the biggest exports are domestic workers. That's why there's always a need to protect them from abusive employers. What else do I like in the book? That part, actually, that part is more of because there's this woman who I think she's Welsh in the book, but she marries rich, not really, a successful British guy. And what happens is, instead of her building a strong relationship with her husband, yun, she concentrated on working on her house. So, and then she had a help, a Spanish help, and then a Filipina help. And they were both commenting, why can't their boss, this woman, this white woman, just enjoy herself, no? Just enjoy the trappings of her newfound wealth because they know she doesn't come from a rich family, so they know she's also working class. So she was wondering, they were wondering why she did not work for, um, no, they were wondering why, she was wondering why these women were allowing themselves to work as domestics. So that's where the part where they discussed, yeah, the poverty in the Philippines. Um, so aside from that, are other many interesting stories. Usually identities, no, like there's this story where she meets um, the sister of her boss, and then what makes it the story icky is that she makes comments about her boss, which may not be too nice, no. So when she says those, and then she realizes later on that the person she was talking to was the sister of her boss, because she teaches in a school. Her boss is the principal, so it kind of throws her around, no, because she realizes, oh my god, I've been dissing my own boss, and what if she finds out? What if she tells him? No, but of course it doesn't happen in one story, because as I said again, this book is a collection of short stories. There's even a tale about abortion, no? So Maeve really writes from the point of view of a adult woman, and in the book um, she discusses things like abortion, no? And then marriage, no, relationships between couples, and how some couples can be hindered in the relationship because of their outside relationship, no? So that can be a problem. um, I highly recommend the book. I really enjoyed reading it. um, I really enjoyed reading it, because I was surprised at how good Maeve Binchy writes her short stories. I don't think I can write that way, no. But anyway, this is a good because she knows how to put put the punches in a few in a few pages, no. Because normally short stories maybe at least 10 pages, no, maximum. And you cannot exceed from that. You have to tell the story. So anyway, that was a good book that I read. I'm reading another maybe Binchy book, but I'll tell you later what it is and if I really liked it. But for this one, if you're a fan of maybe Binchy, go and read this book. No, Victoria Line, Central Line. So with that, please subscribe to my channel, Writer Coach Tony, and please follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. Thank you very much. Bye.